Secretary Gorbachev, when you stop to think that we're all God's children, wherever we may live in the world, I couldn't help but say to him, just think how easy his task and mine might be in these meetings that we held if suddenly there was a threat to this world from some other species, from another planet outside in the universe. We'd forget all the little local differences that we have between our countries, and we would find out once and for all that we really are all human beings here on this earth together. Well, I don't suppose we can wait for some alien race to come down and threaten us, but I think that between us we can bring about that realization. In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war? I think maybe I'd answer it this way. I keep, in my frustration sometimes, you know, actually, if you count some of the things going on in smaller countries and all, there have been about 114 wars since World War II. If all of us in the world discovered that we were threatened by a power from outer space, from another planet, wouldn't we all of a sudden find that we didn't have any differences between us at all? We were all human beings, citizens of the world, and wouldn't we come together to fight that particular threat?
This is the reason for the alien agenda. Our Messiah will be coming down from heaven with his city and kingdom, New Jerusalem, and Satan will gather the world to attempt to make war with him. Sound familiar? Every alien invasion movie. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Listen to this. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. So his appearing is going to be magnificent and joyful and a great time for his people that love him, that have accepted the Most High Son as the Lamb of Elohim that came and offered his life for us, and those that are truly walking in faith and obedience to his ways. That's going to be a joyful moment. But those that find themselves on the wrong side of these things, their hearts are going to fail them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, because their fears are going to come true. All these Hollywood movies, and people are going to be afraid and literally terrified for their lives. And as we know, when a body of people are fearful, they are much easier to control. Just like we saw with the whole, pandemic thing. People were easy to control. They literally just gave up their rights, and they're like, yeah, well, I want my freedom. I want my, whatever. I'll give up my rights. How much more for people who are afraid of their lives being annihilated by an alien force? They'll do whatever is told them. That was Luke 21:25 through 27. Here's back to MSN. Survival guide for an alien invasion. Right here it says, every country versus the aliens. It would be logical in the face of an extraterrestrial threat for all nations to unite. This was stated by Gorbachev and Reagan, respective leaders of the United States and the then Soviet Union in 1985 during a summit in Geneva. Did you see that? This is the agenda. This is how they form the minds. When things begin to happen and panic breaks out, the world leaders will have the solution already ready for you. Here it is again. This is just a different slide from that same article. It says meltdown and the cordial anti-alien alliance. Gorbachev revealed the conversation in a 2009 interview. Ronald Reagan asked him, what would you do if the United States was suddenly attacked by someone from outer space? Would you help us? The The then leader of the USSR replied, "Without a doubt, we gotcha." So is this starting to make sense yet? So they want to unite the world as one people. This is why they're spending so much effort using these stars, these celebrities, right, to push this global citizen thing, that we're all just one people. Here's their hand, here's their calling sign, right? We're not going to get into this today, but some of you already know. These hand signs unite them under the same satanic banner. They want to unite as one, and they will use any means necessary.